had these conversations before, bro. Yeah, hair will get chewed sometimes. Yeah. There's this little like lining on the boots at the very bottom. This little lining.
All my boots were chewed.
Why, bro? I don't understand why I did. I just look at it and go, huh. I would just start chewing.
I would loosen it up and then I just slowly start, dude.
It's the Lame Guys Podcast.
Apparently, WWE Saturday Night Main Event is coming back. I keep wanting to call it Saturday Night Live, but
it's because it rolls off the tongue.
Yes, I think that's why. Saturday Night Main Event. How do you feel about that? I know you've been to one.
Yeah, in 2006 they came to Dallas, and it was good. Yeah, I remember DX versus the McMahons or whatever. That was a match. Dang, I think
at the one that you went to.
Yeah, I about to say. I saw. I think Sabu was there too. That was when they were doing their whole like ECW stuff.
Yeah.
I think I saw the Hardys. I know I saw Trish because I remember thinking, "Shit, it's Trish," but yeah. It coming back, cool. Something else for me to watch.
That's how I feel. Like I have very few memories of it. I think I remember like 2 Saturday Night Main Events when we were growing up. I know it was a big thing back in the day.
Yeah.
And then when they brought it back, I thought, shit, badass. Like, I mean, Raw and Smackdown are going to be at this one show. I get to watch it. It's not a pay-per-view. On a Saturday, another day of wrestling. Like, I thought it was cool, but I mean, I don't remember them doing it much. I think they tried it for a little bit, right?
So yesterday, I was trying to pull it up again, but when I looked up the Saturday Night Main Events, like how many, bro? Yeah, back in the 90s and everything, bro. It was just
there was a lot.
I was just scrolling, but then I got to 2000. It's just 1, 2. Okay. Yeah. So
I only remember like 1 or 2.
Yeah, and I also saw JBL and Stone Cold had their
they
little
used to
promo.
Have them. Yes, I remember that. They used to have them right before WrestleMania.
Did they?
Wasn't it the Saturday before WrestleMania?
Oh, it wasn't the Saturday.
Okay, but I remember because like I remember Edge and Mick Foley had a little segment. I think if I remember correctly, like they were having their rivalry. So that means it was close to WrestleMania. But I don't really. And then I remember Stone Cold and JBL were out there.
Yeah,
and
but
JBL
I
was
remember
the beer.
He was acting like he was drinking beer. And he was like 1, and then he turned around, bro. He just poured it down his shirt. And I just remember he keeps on acting like, and I remember being like, he's not drinking the beer. Bro, yeah, it was so funny, bro.
Wait, so were you at that one?
Yeah.
You were at that one? Yes. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm cool about it. I see some people are so happy about it, but I personally, I don't have that many memories. I just have 1 or 2. That's really all I remember.
It's just one of those things where it's just like, it's legendary.
Well, it just goes to show how big WWE is. They're taking they're like, okay, how can we get even more on TV, more mainstream? That's the way I look at it. And I think, I mean, what a perfect time. Dude, WWE's bigger than it's ever been.
Yeah. And then once everyone saw on social media that they're saying, NBC and WWE are going to come out with a special announcement, everyone and their mom was like.
Because it used to be on NBC as well.
Yeah, Saturday Night Main Event's coming back. Everyone said, I mean, as soon as you sent to me, first thing I said, Saturday Night Main Event's coming back. Yeah.
You want to know how I know WWE is the biggest it's ever been? Mainstream as fuck, right? My sister-in-law, I mean, not to say that she doesn't like wrestling, but she thinks it's like, for kids, whatever. Yeah. She makes her jokes every now and then when I'm watching it when she's over there. And they called yesterday saying that the next WWE event, because they know we want to go to another WWE event, her and her friend. And they, I guess, like Dominic Mysterio and find him attractive. And so they were like, is Dominic Mysterio going to be there? And I was like, probably. And they were like, can we go? So, dude, that's how you know WWE is like even appealing to these people, because how would they have seen Dominic Mysterio if WWE wasn't as big as it's been? Yeah. WWE's just popping up everywhere. It's popping up everywhere, even for the people that don't watch WWE. So, dude, it's just crazy that wrestling now is actually cool. I know we've said it multiple times on here, but I just remember I couldn't even talk about wrestling at school, bro. I couldn't even talk about wrestling because people, one, would think I'm weird, or they'd say that shit was fake, or I just knew if I told this kid that I watch wrestling, the conversation would go nowhere.
So it goes nowhere. So I had friends like that I didn't have friends that talked about wrestling.
Yeah.
They talked about everything else but wrestling.
Yes.
So
same.
When I did have like there was like 2 or 3 that knew wrestling, and what about that one time when this lost them?
Yeah,
lost. So they didn't know like I knew.
They knew
like
of it, but they didn't follow.
I know this.
Yes.
Is that the one with Rey Mysterio? Yeah, bro. Yeah. It's one with Rey Mysterio.
In first grade and second grade, I had a friend who knew wrestling, and we would talk like he actually watched it and followed it. But then after that, I think he outgrew it, or we just got older and we just never really talked about it.
Because they stopped talking about it.
Yeah, but I don't ever remember a single person in the school that I went to that I was able to consistently talk about wrestling. And if I was, like you said, they weren't on the level of my understanding that I was.
So I say that, but then it clicked in my head right now. I had one friend. His name was Colton Caps. You're not watching, but shout out if you are. What you call it? But he was into wrestling, and I remember when I found out, it was just like a secret type thing. But I remember asking him, "You watch Raw?" And this is like 4th grade,
and he was almost embarrassed to tell you.
Yeah. He goes, "Wait, how do you know?" And I go, and I forgot how I found out, but something told me that someone told me that he was a wrestling fan, and then we started talking about it, and then I remember telling him, all these different things. Oh, do you play SmackDown versus Raw? Yeah, cool. And because we were already cool, like we were classmates.
Yes.
But then that like grew another little bond on top of everything. And then I remember he invited me to his birthday party. Oh, and what you call it? Everyone's buying him, all these sports things, whatever. I knew he played with wrestlers the way I did, like with figures, bro. Yeah, all the way in 4th grade, I was still playing with fucking wrestlers. Then
I think for me it was around 4th grade as well that I think I stopped playing.
So I bought him.
How old were we in 4th grade? 9, 10?
Is it?
Yeah, 3rd grade I think it was 9, and then 4th grade I think it was 10. I think I stopped playing with wrestlers fully by 11 for sure.
Yeah.
So that's like 5th grade.
Yeah, I think that's when they started posing for me. Like they became like how I have my shows.
Oh, okay.
Where they just posed.
Okay.
What you call it? But I remember we bought him I think it was like a Ray, and then my parents were like, he's one of your good friends, because they knew that we had that bond. They're like, we got to find something else. And I feel like I've told you this story before.
Oh, I think you have, yeah.
And they fucking went out and bought him a Vince McMahon figure. And I did not have a Vince McMahon figure, bro. I was pissed. And I was like, y'all bought this for me? No, bought him for Colton.
Yes, I remember
And I was like, bro, what the fuck does he need this for, bro? I need a Vince McMahon. And I remember going to the birthday party. He had it at a little laser tag place and everything. It was cool. But I remember, like, he was opening mine. And I was like, bro, I was pissed. And he goes, oh. But he was happy as hell because I knew, like I said, I knew he played with wrestlers and everything like that. And then he opened this toy and everyone kind of looking around like, what? But it was something that only me and him knew, bro.
So sorry, I don't think we meant for our childhood memories to come out, our childhood trauma to come out to whoever's watching. But let me just say this story. So like my only birthday party that I had with friends was in 2nd grade, and I remember we went swimming. So you played with figures, I played with figures. I don't know about you, but I played with the figures that were like, Jax made them, I think.
Was it Jax specific.
Every now and then you'd see like a what they had, like those figures that were like big and bulky, or like those, like, you know what I'm talking about. I never played with those. I just like the straight up wrestlers.
So those wrestlers inside there, the ones that
yes,
not like the not the top shelf or the bottom shelf, the middle ones. Those figures are Jax.
Okay, those I used to play with those, but then there was some that were like big, and they were like
the ultimates.
Yes, and so I didn't like those figures. Yeah. So then my birthday party, I think like my mom told my friends, he really likes wrestling. No one really knew that I like wrestling, so you could tell they just went and grabbed whatever they got.
The hell they got.
So I remember I got like some of those figures. Not to sound ungrateful, because it sounds so spoiled as fuck. It sounds so spoiled as fuck. But I remember opening thinking, I can tell y'all don't know this shit, bro. These figures suck. But I was grateful, and but I just remember thinking like, yeah, I could tell you just grabbed whatever off the shelf because you just grabbed whatever wrestling figure. That sounds so spoiled, but I hated those big ones, dude. I hated them.
So I know exactly what you're talking about. I know the ones you're talking about. I'll show you. We'll look up a picture later because I know exactly the one you're talking about. But they also came with a weapon every single time.
Yeah.
They always came with a weapon. So yes, those regular figures right there, those are the main ones I had. I had 2 of those ultimates. Shelton Benjamin, which I thought, honestly, this is it can articulate as fuck. Like, cool. It makes sense for Shelton Benjamin. And I had a Rene Dupree.
I had a Rene Dupree, but a Jax one.
And I thought, the fuck am I going to do with the Rene Dupree? So he was the one, bro. That guy's ass whooped every single time.
No, I think I got I'm trying to remember the exact figure that it was. But it was like an Undertaker, but it was like a big fat, just one that and it didn't move the correct way like the Jax ones did, I was used to. And I just remember
maybe we're talking about something different, because the bigger ones, they full range, bro. Had great
I don't
articulation.
remember, but like
they were like bigger.
Yes, and like the waist was super skinny, and then like it just went like
Yes.
okay, so maybe we are talking about the same one, but it just wasn't my style, and so I just remember thinking never gonna play with this shit, like and that sounds so spoiled, but like that's just like I would if I had a friend that I went to his birthday party. I would have got him a great ass figure because I know wrestling. Is what I'm trying to say. None of my friends knew wrestling; they just didn't.
I got one more. I'm about to say the figure's inside there.
Yeah.
Oh well, no, the figure's not in there, but I have it in package.
Okay.
And it was a So you said the birthday party, and the one time I actually had a birthday party where friends came over to my house, and that's where they were able to actually see my whole setup, bro, my whole wrestling setup. And by this point, I wasn't playing with them; they were just they were just my pose shit. Yes. I still to this day I don't know which one it was. One of these motherfuckers, bro, broke the Undertaker's hair.
Oh, I remember you told me about this,
bro. And I at that point, it was the first day, bro. They all came over to come spend the night, and I thought to myself, I want all y'all to leave. No one needs to stay here, bro. And I remember my cousin walking in, and he was just like, "You okay?" Patted me on, and he knew how pissed I was because he was the one I could bond with wrestling. He had figures too.
Yeah, none of my cousins even really watched wrestling.
And I was like, I told him, I was like, this is my favorite Undertaker. It was the Undertaker that came with Mankind from the Hell in the Cell match. Like I have it in package, but I mean, bro, I was livid. Someone fucking popped the head off, and yeah, bro, I couldn't. Glue would not hold it down, no nothing, bro.
I know what you're talking about. I've had that happen before. I've had that happen before. I can't really get too mad about that because you know me, I'm a big chewer. I always have something in my mouth.
Yeah, we've had that conversation.
Yeah, and so I used to chew all the ponytails up, dude. I would chew the boots. So like I can't say shit because like all my wrestlers, if they had long hair, like the Undertaker that I did have, his hair was in a ponytail because it was American Badass Undertaker. He was a short haired Undertaker because I chewed off his ponytail.
So I remember when Undertaker came because I had a long hair Undertaker, and then when he came back at WrestleMania 20, he had a short hair. I looked at my Undertaker. I think you don't match. Cut him. I cut that shit, bro. All his hair was gone. But no, bro. I mean, we've had these conversations before, bro. Yeah, hair will get chewed sometimes. Yeah. There's this little like lining on the boots at the very bottom. This little lining.
All my boots were chewed.
Why, bro? I don't understand why I did. I just look at it and go, huh. I would just start chewing.
I would loosen it up and then I just slowly start, dude. Every time. That's why, like, my brother ruined all my wrestlers, but ultimately they wouldn't have been worth shit anyways because they were all chewed up. They were all messed
bro,
up.
I went back and I looked at all the wrestlers and I thought if they weren't chewed, bro, I fucking painted them with blood. And I mean, it's sad to say, I
got a red marker.
I had red marker, bro. I have 2 or 3 Undertakers, bro, that have red marker all over them, bro. God damn.
Okay, yeah. Anyways, wrestling is biggest ever. And yeah, it's just crazy to see. let's get into the actual episode.
Yeah, I'm excited for Saturday Night Main Event.
Okay, episode 46, Lame Guys Podcast, WWE. What do we got? So we had Smackdown last night.
Yeah, Smackdown last night. I wasn't able to fully watch it live, but from everything I looked up on social media, it looked like it was a solid Smackdown.
It was a solid Smackdown. Last Smackdown on Fox.
The end of an era, bro. Yes. The Fox contract is up. They are now going to USA.
I don't know if you saw the. Did you see the?
I didn't watch the montage. I did not watch the montage.
Dude, literally the whole clip was full of like episodes that were the last like 2 years. Of, like the great shit, yeah. Because like they moved to Fox in 19, and then COVID happened. Yeah. So that ruined like a lot of their run. So like pretty much all the clips were like from the last 2 years.
So speaking on the Fox thing, I saw this on social media, so I wanted to bring it up. So it talks about, tonight's the first ever or the final episode for SmackDown on Fox, and here's how the first episode on Fox ended, and it was, bro, when Brock Lesnar defeated Kofi Kingston for the championship. Yes. And Rey Mysterio came out with Cain Velasquez.
Yes.
And that's how it ended or whatever. What a way to kick off the Fox era. Along with the Fox era, bro, we had these moments right here. Roman Reigns' historic title run. Gunther's IC title run. The Usos' historic run. The Rock's final boss segments. Bloodline weekly cinema with Sami Zayn.
Most of those things are all things that have happened in the past 2 years.
And it's all, and not just that, big stuff just because of the whole Bloodline stuff.
Yeah, so, I mean, I've never really cared about what network wrestling is on up until I'm older, but Fox, dude, I was ready for it to go. Yeah. I was ready for SmackDown to get away from Fox. Yeah. Fox, they're constantly cutting the screen black because they don't want any cuss words on the TV. And it's from fans.
Yeah.
Fans are saying them, and so they're cutting the screen black, and they constantly do it. I didn't really notice any for the last episode, but they constantly do it. I was so ready for WWE to go to USA. USA, say what you want, they do cut the show right at 10, and that sucks.
Yes.
But they're not cutting the show because of cuss words or whatever. So I'm excited for SmackDown to go to USA. You're right, there were some legendary things that happened on Fox, but fuck it, I don't really care. Like I loved when Raw was on Spike.
Yeah.
When Raw was on
bro.
Spike, I loved when Raw was on Spike, bro.
Stuff can get away, but
but then I didn't really care that they moved to USA. You know, like it is what it is.
See, like I didn't feel any different when SmackDown was on Sci-Fi.
Me either.
I didn't feel any different.
Oh
And-
well, I guess now that I'm older, I guess I would say like if you want to talk about which channel is more prevalent, you would think Fox is over Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
But back in when SmackDown was on Sci-Fi, I feel like that was through the PG era where SmackDown was really struggling.
Yeah.
That's
And
what
then
I remember.
I feel like shit back when it's on UPN, bro.
I remember UPN was when I first started watching SmackDown.
Yeah, same. That
And
was
so
it.
I loved it was Channel 21, and I bro that's I grew up with it being on UPN.
Yep.
I never saw UPN after that. Once
Oh,
WWE
yeah, bro.
left,
I couldn't tell you what was on
Yeah.
UPN, bro.
Once the-
SmackDown was
I
on
never watched UPN, but once WWE left, that was a wrap.
Yeah.
For the channel. I mean, I don't know how much longer they survived after, but I never saw them again.
Couldn't even tell you what UPN stands for, but it's
Yeah.
UPN has
Universal
UP Picture.
Picture Network. I don't know.
Maybe, honestly.
I couldn't tell you, but I remember SmackDown when it was on UPN. That's when I really started watching it.
Same.
They moved to CW for a while too.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was,
NXT is going to CW.
are they really?
Yes, NXT is going to CW. SmackDown's going to USA, and then next year, beginning of the year, Raw will be on Netflix.
It's January 6th, right?
Which is fucking crazy to think about. I know we're getting closer and closer, and I just think,
I'm
wow.
gonna have to just log into Netflix.
All you
just
have to
watch
do
it.
is not only you, the whole world can just sign into Netflix and watch Raw. Like that's crazy.
It's insane.
Crazy to think about.
It's historic, bro.
Yeah.
It's historic.
But yeah, so last night SmackDown, it was pretty solid. Nia Jax, they're already teasing the little Nia Jax and Tiffany. I thought it'd be a while before they start doing that. They're already teasing that thing. Nia Jax went up to Tiffany saying, the whole locker room saying that you were gonna cash in on me, and she was like, "No, I would never do that to my queen." But then she was like, "I'll help you like you helped me." Anyways, she goes out there, pretty much cost her the match. I don't know if she did it on purpose or accident. I'm sure she did it on purpose. And Tiffany and Bayley had a solid match. I think it's crazy how we were so hyped for Bayley, and she just didn't really live up to the run.
This run.
This run, yes.
Okay.
Like she's a legend.
I thought you were talking about her. The girl. I was like, wait, what?
First Grand Slam champion in WWE as a woman, like,
Yeah.
Bro, solidified. I'm just saying we wanted her to turn on Damage Control and win the title because she had lost so much. The title run just didn't really hit.
What is it right now, bro, about some of these things where we're just... Is it because like we're playing all these scenarios in our head or we're like overhyping it? Sammy defeating Gunther meant nothing after a while. Bro, KO and Sammy defeating the Usos meant nothing after a while. This one right here, Bayley turning on Damage Control meant nothing after a while. Like, what is it with some of these scenarios? Oh, unpopular opinion, bro, but we've talked about it before on here. Cody defeating Roman, finishing the story. But all it is just waiting for when we get The Rock and Roman coming back and all this stuff with Cody again. So it's like...
I think it's hard, first off, because one, like you said, they're ending legendary runs. They're following up legendary runs. So I feel like, bro, for a while, we had Roman having the Universal title and the WWE Championship, legendary run with it. We had Gunther with the Intercontinental title, legendary run with it. Like, they're following up these reigns that I just think are just hard to follow up. And I don't think that's their fault. I think it's just... And like we said, dude, it's easier for the heel... In my opinion, it's easier for the heel to be champion.
Yeah.
And we like heels better now.
Yeah.
So it's like when we see Sami Zayn do this Rocky story and beat Gunther with the title, it's like, okay, now we're just ready for Braun Breaker to beat him because he's a heel and ready. Like it's... I don't know. I think it's also just our preference.
How about saying our reaction said it all when once he defeated him, we were like, wow.
Yeah. So like... I don't know. It is what I just think. I think they're following up these hard runs. The Bayley thing, I think, was for me. She just works better as a heel, and that goes back to my preference. Like I just like heels. Like I think her character just works better as a heel. I didn't really vibe with her full face thing, but it's also because her challengers were kind of limited. Also, there wasn't really any good heels on WWE women wise that I felt like were capable of putting on a good story with Bayley. So I don't know. I mean, so anyway, she had her match with Tiffany. It was solid. Bailey got the W.
Tiffany, great as always.
Yeah, dude, and then they're teasing Andrade, Carmelo Hayes, and LA Knight. Triple threat match.
Yes, watch that segment or whatever. Last night when you sent that thing,
Which I think that'd be a banger ass match.
Bro, I don't want to say last night was a night of sales. Bro,
Austin
Theory selling the stunner, and then Carmelo selling the blood force trauma or whatever. Or is it blood force?
Whatever.
Trauma?
I forget what it's called.
Like, gosh damn, bro.
Yeah. They're just young talent, dude. That's coming up, bro. Yeah, Austin Theory. You could argue he has the best sells.
Oh,
dude, the way he so effortlessly a stunner is a hard move to really time the boom boom. You know.
Yeah. And you have to make it look flawless.
Austin Theory does it flawlessly, dude. Kevin Owens hit that straight up into there. It literally looked like he bounced.
And what I love is that when he landed legs fully back, bro, and KO just there held the leg. It was perfect.
Austin Theory's so good. He's so good. I don't know why he's had this little fall, because when Vince was there, they were pushing him.
Yeah.
But Austin Theory, I'm ready for him to finally separate from Grayson, and I don't know if he'll work though as a face though. That's my dilemma.
The thing is, the fans cheer when they have that beef between him and Grayson every once in a while. But it's just like,
but you know, once he separates, is he going to keep those cheers? You know, like that's what's the hard part. He's going to get a big pop when he turns on Grayson finally.
Yeah, but then can you sustain that?
Yes.
Can you keep that going?
Yes. That's the hard part. We're going to find out with Damian.
Yeah,
it's so, for me, it just based off what I've seen, it just looks like it's so much easier to be a heel because you don't have to have people like you. Mm-hmm. Like the job is to get people to boo you, so that's easy. Getting people to like you, I feel like, is the harder part.
Yeah. Oh, I was about to move on to Raw, but no.
Go ahead.
No. We got one big thing that happened on SmackDown.
Yeah. Steel cage match next week. Cody Rhodes and not Kevin Owens. Solo Sikoa. Cody Rhodes, Solo Sikoa. I think it needs the steel cage match.
And I mean, to kick off the new era for SmackDown or whatever, it made sense.
A lot of people hate this Solo run. They hate seeing Solo and Cody. They didn't want to see it for Bad Blood. I'm not going to lie. I don't really want to see it either, just because it's like, what's the point? I know this is still... But I keep trying to emphasize, the reason we keep getting these segments with Cody Rhodes and Solo is because it's where they're trying to buy time till The Rock comes back, dude. They're trying to keep Cody in the bloodline intertwined with each other. That way when The Rock shows up, it's just smooth transition and the story's already there.
Yep.
And I think people just are forgetting that, like, that is why we keep seeing Cody Rhodes deal with the bloodline, because The Rock eventually is coming. And so many people just don't like Solo. I mean, it is what it is. I can't really defend him much, like, every single week. I like Solo. I feel like he's doing a good job.
Yeah, he's doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah,
bro. He really is.
I think he's funny on the mic. I think he's good on the mic. He's got this swagger to him now, like I've said multiple times. But they're already teasing this little rift between him and Jacob Fatu. Cody instigating, bro, saying that he's not talking to Solo. He's talking to Jacob Fatu. And Jacob steps up like he's not finna listen to Solo, but then Solo's giving him that
look.
Yeah. Bro, and then he hits I love you, Solo.
You my tribal chief.
Ultimately, I think we're going to get to that point. But someone on Twitter brought up a good point. Paul Heyman told Solo, you don't know these guys. Like, you can't trust these guys. I mean, they could ultimately turn on Solo, and then we get Solo switching over to the good side. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but I mean, dude, Jacob Fatu could eventually take over and just beat the fuck out of Solo, and then, you know, we see Solo. Maybe The Rock doesn't like Solo, and The Rock shows up and takes over. And we're over here thinking about who's going to be the fourth guy for Roman and the Usos. What if it's Solo?
That's true, too.
I don't know how people would feel about that, though. Just because a lot of people don't like Solo, dude. I just don't know. And I think that goes back to it's just following up a legendary performance by Roman Reigns.
I mean, yeah, it's big shoes to fill.
It's just like you put anybody in that scenario, and it's huge shoes to fill.
Yep.
I don't know if anyone else can do it other than The Rock.
Yeah, shit, yeah, bro. We felt that off the cuff once The Rock made his presence known, bro, and then we were starting to say, bro, like Roman looks like little brother.
Yeah,
and it's so crazy to say that.
It is crazy to say that.
So now that Roman's back in the picture, it's just like, yeah, Solo, get back into place.
Yeah,
get back into place.
Yeah, but. So, anyways, people didn't want to see it at Bad Blood, so we're getting it at SmackDown, which leads to who we still don't know who we're getting Cody versus at Bad Blood, which we know he's going to be there because it's Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
But I think it's good that it's happening on SmackDown, and I think a steel cage is a needed necessity to add to that match, because I think no one wants to see them fight again one-on-one, no stipulation. I think they want to see steel cage.
Some type of make it special, bro.
Right.
Make
Some
it
type of
special.
scenario for the match.
And then on Raw, I mean, we just had more Judgment Day, Damian and
Which
Rhea.
feels like that's pretty much all Raw is.
Yeah, that's biggest thing I could think about.
Yeah.
But I mean, just another week where I just think, God damn, Liv, and then another one I think, God damn, Rhea. But once again, bro, Dom, bro, is just fucking killing it every week, bro.
He's
love
so
it.
great.
Also Monday, once Raw ended, whatever, I was putting Little One down and everything, or after Little One went down, I just started going on WWE on YouTube and just compilation of Dom, bro. His funniest moments. And I just think this dude is just so great,
He's
bro.
so good.
And just when who was it? Was it Asuka? Or was it Asuka or was it Shinsuke? He sprayed him with the mist in the eyes, and he goes, "Mommy, it burns." Burns.
Yeah.
And like, who is this guy, bro? I die laughing. And then I always love the video of him and Rhea pulling up to the Mysterio's house for Christmas.
Yes.
He goes, "I'm pretty sure I saw a present under the tree that said mommy on it." Bro, yeah, your family's house. But then, hey, my mom hit mommy. Bro.
I listened
so
to
funny,
the Rey
bro.
Mysterio and Chris Van Vliet episode the other day,
Mm.
and they talk about it, how, they never talked about going heel. Like, they always talked about, Rey Mysterio, Dom, like, it'd be so great for them to work together, but as a tag team and win the championships. But I don't think they ever envisioned that the crowd would not be fans of Dominic Mysterio. And so then they talked about that, the heel run, and Ray even says, dude, it's the best thing that ever happened to him.
Yeah.
Which it is. I mean, you could argue it saved his career, bro. You could argue it saved his career, because, like, that shit ultimately took him to another level.
100%, dude. And it took him to another level. The whole Judgment Day aspect, incorporating him in there, genius move, bro. You could have had him just turn heel and just, like, try to stay a heel like some lone wolf the whole time. It would have never worked.
Yeah.
It would have never worked, bro. But having him in the Judgment Day, being under Rhea and Damian and Finn, perfect combo.
Yeah. Another thing that happened on Raw is we're probably getting Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker. They insinuated that with their little face-off that they had backstage, and then Jey Uso's in the match to win. He's gonna win. I just think that's a tough scenario to put Jey Uso in, because it's like we're already like fans are already like, okay, what are you doing with Jey Uso? It's kind of like the LA Knight situation. For the longest time, LA Knight didn't have a title.
Yeah.
He finally has one now, but dude, it took him a while.
A minute, bro.
Took him a while.
And he's so over with the crowd.
Jey Uso so over with the crowd,
100%.
but he's constantly losing these big matches. It's like, what do you do with him? It's another thing where I've said before, they're just biding time, because they're going to put him in this bloodline story, but they're trying to just bide time. So now you put him with Braun Breaker. Why are you doing that? Because Braun Breaker's clearly not going to lose.
No.
So why are you putting Jey Uso there in that spot to lose again, another big match? Like, I find that so tough for WWE to put Jey Uso in that scenario. And then it's just going to piss off fans. Fans are going to be pissed off. I mean, maybe he will win. I could be completely wrong, but I find it so hard to believe that Braun Breaker is going to lose. Well, it's not his first title defense, but what is it, second?
Second, yeah.
Second title defense, dude.
And
when he's like the next, like,
big thing.
big thing, Brock Lesnar type deal.
Yeah.
Like, he's the next Goldberg. Like, so I don't see him losing his second title defense to Jey Uso. So then that puts Jey Uso in a tough spot.
No, you're right. I mean, unfortunately, we're just in that scenario where we just have to bide our time and wait until Mania season, and then everything's going to start unveiling. I think a lot of stuff is going to start coming into fruition after Survivor Series.
I think leading up to Survivor Series.
Leading up to Survivor Series. But, like, as far as, like, the big
which
picture,
we're almost there.
We really are.
We're
All we have is
almost
just
there.
2 PLEs.
Bad Blood and then Crown Jewel.
And then after that, Survivor Series,
Yeah.
and then we're done.
Yep.
All right, well, then we're right there.
Yeah, so I think, yes, you're right. I think stuff will start coming to fruition. But that's why I don't see Jey Uso winning. Because you're right, stuff has to come to fruition. So he's got to be involved in this bloodline story somehow. So, I don't think he has the Intercontinental title for it.
No.
But that was pretty much the big things that happened on Raw SmackDown. We had the Vince McMahon trailer.
Yeah, so we talked about last
great.
week, bro, about the Vince documentary coming out. Bro, that was quick. We talked about the documentary coming out. They announced it, and then boom, we already got the trailer.
Well, because they announced it, and it's coming out this month.
Yeah.
They announced it, like last week? And
Yeah.
They announced it only
September
a couple weeks.
25th?
Only a few weeks before the actual show comes out.
This thing was a hush-hush thing.
Yeah,
No
I didn't
one
even know
knew.
it was being made.
No one knew.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure some. But
Trailer looks good. I'm curious. Like I said, I'm just curious how dark they are going to get into this, because WWE is going to Netflix.
So the whole new scandals and the whole stuff going on with Vince right
Apparently
now.
it's in there.
It's all new. So when we got wind of the trailer or the documentary coming out, I'm not gonna lie. First thing I thought is they're not going to show it because I feel like they probably would have filmed this forever ago. And then word started getting out is that they were filming it, and then they pivoted. And I'm thinking, damn, bro, they probably said, all right, let's wrap it up. No, bro, you in the trailer, they straight up talk about the allegations coming out. All these news articles. Vince McMahon, however many years CEO of WWE is stepping away. Vince McMahon sells all his shares. Well, all these allegations, sexual allegations coming out, sex trafficking. It's like, wow, bro.
Yeah. No, I know it's going to be in there. I'm just curious how dark they're going. And I think if they're going to talk about all this stuff, they're clearly going to paint that it is Vince McMahon. That is the one who is doing all that stuff. Yeah. And that's why he's gone now. He has nothing to do with WWE. That way, they don't get any backlash or anything like that. So I think they'll do something of that nature. I don't know. I'm curious how deep they dive into it.
Yeah, I don't know. But all I know is, bro, that's going to be a breakdown thing. Cool thing about Netflix, it's not like a weekly episode thing. We'll be able to finish that documentary.
Is it coming out? Is it coming out
I think it's all coming out
because I feel like the big shows, they do it weekly.
For Netflix?
Yeah. Like Outer Banks is weekly.
Oh, is it?
No.
I was Stranger Things is
it's
all
not.
one thing.
No.
Is it? Shit.
Stranger Things, I thought they released it in parts, no? They do parts for sure.
Okay.
Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai, they only give us 5 episodes.
That's true.
Outer Banks.
Well, the previous Cobra Kai, it was just one and done.
Yeah, you're right.
So now because for my
understanding, I figure with this, they're releasing all in one. I don't think it's worth putting it in parts.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But that would be good to finish it and then talk about it on the pod.
Yeah, for sure. When it comes out, I'm going to try to watch it.
Anything else for that one?
No.
You added this in the show notes, bro, and I love it.
Yeah, I think it's a cool. I forget the Twitter page. I think it's like Wrestling 90s or something.
I thought
we'll
I
have to give them credit.
Yeah.
I have it saved. Yeah, they put out this little picture. We'll put it up on the screen for the video. But
Attitude Era versus the Modern Era.
We got some good matchups.
You want me to run down them?
Well, first, before we play this game, I gotta ask: are we going? So this could be played in multiple ways. You could play it on they have star power. You could play it on, is this one match that they're having who wins? You could play it on who's had the bigger career. You could play it on multitude of things. Who's won the most title? You could just do so many things. So what are we basing it off of? Pretty much it's matchups of people between the Attitude Era and then the Modern Era.
And this is 1, 2, 3, 4,
like 6.
5, 6, 7. 7 matches. Okay. 7 matchups.
So do you just want to go based off your favorite, or do you want to go based off who's had a more legendary career?
You know what's difficult about as far as legendary careers, because off the cuff, bro, Attitude Era, they're all legends. Everyone on this list are all legends. So it's it'll be biased for me to say, well, this one's more. Obviously this one's more legend.
I think we can separate it because other people may not think so, but we already know Roman Reigns is a legend. We already know the Usos are the greatest tag team of all time.
Yep.
We already know that, who else is on that list?
Seth.
So we already know Seth is one of the greatest of all time. So yes, you're right that all those Attitude people are legends, but we also know that those WWE ones are legends as well. Kevin Owens is bona fide Hall of Fame.
McIntyre.
Yeah, so we know. So I think we could play it off that.
So I think let's for real play it off of, okay, so this is straight Attitude Era. So I'm looking at the way these images of these wrestlers in the Attitude Era are. And I'm thinking, okay, how were you in this moment? Because I can't say, Stone Cold's in here. I can't say, how he looked in WrestleMania 19. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes. You're talking about prime Stone Cold.
Yeah, yes. Some prime Stone. So I'm okay, so the Rock in this one, I have to think in this
Prime
era,
Rock.
Prime Rock. So it's damn. Okay, so I'm not even gonna say favorites because, bro, we pretty much like all these.
Yeah.
You said so. Who would actually win? And then,
we could have who would actually win the match, or that's what I'm saying. There's a multitude of ways to play this game. We just got and the tweet doesn't the tweet doesn't say how to play it. It's just who do you pick between these. So we could just do who are you picking as your favorite, or who are you picking to win them?
Who's a favorite, and then
who's had the better career? Or,
who's the favorite, and then who can actually win?
Okay, or who's more known? Who's a superstar? Because superstar wise, you can compare.
Let's test it out with this first one.
Okay.
Kane versus Braun Strowman.
See, for me, that one's easy because Kane all day. Whether you're talking about career, whether you're talking about star power, that one is easy. But there are some tough matchups.
There's some tough matchups in here,
but the Kane one, we'll just get out the way. Kane versus Braun Breaker. Kane
Strowman.
All the way.
Strowman.
What? Oh, sorry. Kane versus Braun Strowman. Kane versus Braun Strowman, just out the gate. Kane, and whether it's career, whether it's match quality, whether it's superstar quality, like Kane out the
and not just that
out the gate.
I'm thinking, okay, so Kane win this era right here
That
versus
Kane-
Braun Strowman, but this Kane, bro, is still 7 foot tall.
That
this
Kane was
is yoked,
jacked, bro. That Kane was yoked.
This
dude.
Kane is yoked
Yes,
beyond
bro.
belief.
Yeah,
Bro.
Kane
Mass
was,
Kane.
Kane was already huge. That Kane and the Attitude Era Kane, I'm taking him over Braun Strowman all day.
Yeah, they're over here saying the monster among men, bro. Kane was the fucking
Yes.
monster among
Yep. Kane was arguably the first one, dude.
Yes.
When
So-
Kane showed up, Undertaker was scared of that motherfucker, and Undertaker was the one that people were scared of.
Yeah, and that's what he even talked about on 6 Feet Under.
Yes.
He said that's the way he had to sell it, bro. And I thought it was perfect.
When Kane showed up, he was the scary guy, bro.
Yeah.
My brother used to be so scared of him when he brought his mask back. And I used to tell him, it's the same guy you just saw, but he's wearing a mask now. Why are you scared?
All right, so yeah, Kane versus Braun Strowman. I think we both agree, bro. Kane.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, fuck it. Let's just go for it. Drew McIntyre versus Triple H, bro.
This one's an easy one
God,
for me,
bro.
too.
Like off the cuff. Like, so yeah, the first one was very easy, but this one's just like, bro.
you
It's like
just can't compare. If you want to put someone against Triple H, you got to put like a John Cena or a Randy Orton. Drew McIntyre has not done what
No.
Triple H has done in wrestling. Triple H, if you're putting Triple H and Drew McIntyre, Triple H wins the match if you're talking about prime versus prime. Triple H has the better career. Triple H is a bigger superstar than Drew McIntyre is in all categories.
physicality.
I still give it to Triple
Well, I was
H.
gonna say they're both big as hell. Like
I think about that-
You're like you said, the picture's gonna be on, bro. We're gonna see this photo of Triple H, and we're gonna be like, yeah, bro, that's fucking.
I think about I always think about this story of Scott Steiner talking about, because obviously Scott Steiner was on fucking steroids. But
he
Triple
likes it.
H, dude, when he was yoked, you know he was on steroids too.
When he was on Muscle and Fitness
Yes.
magazine, bro,
You
yes,
know he
bro.
was on steroids. And so I love the Scott Steiner story when he talks about, he said he's never failed a drug test because the one time WWE asked him to take a drug test, he said, okay, I'll take it, but have Triple H pick me up in a limo and we'll take it together. And they never, he said they never brought it up again. He said they never brought it up again, bro. Because they know, bro, Triple H was on that shit. But Triple H all day.
Yeah.
Triple H, sorry, Drew McIntyre is a legend. He's a Hall of Famer. He's having the best run of his career right now. Triple H all day, no question.
See this? I just feel like it's gonna be hard. Not this one, but I mean like this whole thing. It's
Yes.
like I feel like I know our answers. Okay, the Hardy Boys versus
See, this
the
one.
Usos.
This one I struggled with.
Yes, because this is prime Matt and Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
You know, like.
But then you're talking about prime Usos, bro, with the
Yes,
bloodline. Like
bro.
they gave us the longest. What, it was the longest tag team run of all time.
all time.
They were unified tag team champs. Yeah, I mean, so I'll go first. This one is hard for me because the Hardy Boys, if you want to talk about star power, I still think the Hardy Boys have the Usos beat. As far as star power, as far as like, you could ask this person who doesn't know wrestling, they probably know Jeff Hardy, they probably know Matt Hardy, they probably heard their names.
But they be hitting that move.
Yeah, I don't know if a lot of people like that know the Usos outside of wrestling.
Yeah.
But I still think the Usos are the best tag team of all time.
Yes.
And I've seen that. I think Devon Dudley has said it, that he thinks that the Usos are the greatest of all time. The
when
Usos,
Devon Dudley is coming from
from one of the greatest tag teams of all time.
all time too.
The Usos are the greatest tag team of all time, in my opinion. So if you're asking who wins in a prime match, I'm picking the Usos. Who's had the better career? I'm picking the Usos. Because you can't add Jeff Hardy's single stuff to this. This is the Hardys together.
Yeah. Team Extreme, bro.
Yes, and so the Usos. I'm taking the Usos.
I agree with everything you said. So yes, the Usos as well. This one right here, bro. Kurt Angle versus Chad Gable, bro.
This one's easy for me as well. I think we should have figured out a way to make it a difficult. Dude, fucking Kurt Angle. I grew up and with. I know there's Perk Angle.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and this isn't Perk Angle.
I know there's Perk Angle. I know there's Perk Angle, and Perk Angle, you could argue, had the best career of all time, or best run of his whole thing in TNA. But Kurt Angle from 2000, 2001 up until close to where even when he left, because he was world champion on SmackDown.
Yeah,
that Kurt Angle, bro. Nothing's touching that fucking Kurt Angle,
especially
not Chad
But would
Gable.
that also be considered
ruthless?
But
that's ruthless aggression Kurt Angle. So we're talking about Attitude Era Kurt Angle
with hair.
Yes,
Kurt Angle with hair.
I think I'm still taking Kurt Angle because the level of competition that Kurt Angle was fighting against, a Stone Cold,
and
a
not
Kane.
just that, coming off of the freaking Olympics too.
Yes, I think the level of competition was, bro, it's just night and day difference to what Chad Gable was going against.
Yeah.
Chad Gable was going against the Wyatt family and these tag teams when Kurt Angle was going against The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Undertaker, Kane, Triple H, Chris Jericho on a nightly basis, on regular Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Like,
so
these weren't
crazy to
even
say
PLE
that.
matches. Like, they were on a nightly basis.
It's so crazy to say that.
Yeah, if you're putting Chad Gable and Attitude Era Kurt Angle, it's not even close, Kurt Angle.
Shawn Michaels versus Seth
This one's
freaking
hard, though.
Rollins.
This one's hard.
I have
dude.
my answer on this one.
What is it?
Shawn Michaels, bro.
Yeah. Okay, so I will say
this is true, like, sexy boy Shawn Michaels, bro.
Well,
the
yeah,
Heartbreak
before he got
Kid.
hurt,
Yeah,
like, yes.
this is Shawn Michaels, as in, like, when they first started.
He was on
Mr.
drugs.
WrestleMania.
He was on drugs. He was an asshole to everybody.
Yeah.
But everyone knew he
This
was the guy.
This is the one where Undertaker wanted to kill this man
Yes.
every night.
But they knew he was so good.
They knew that this man
Yeah.
is money, bro. They could not do anything.
The defense I'll make for Seth Rollins is, I will say, Seth Rollins. Would you say this is a fair statement? Seth Rollins is the closest thing we've seen to Shawn Michaels.
Yes.
Since Shawn Michaels
Yes.
left.
So that's why this matchup is so perfect.
Yeah.
It's a perfect one because it's just like not necessarily a mirror of each other, but as far as would you even say athleticism or anything like that, or just like wrestling ability?
I just think it's they both just wrestle so fluid.
Yeah.
They both can. They're generals in the ring. They can carry anybody. They can make anybody look good. They just know, bro. You know, when the lights are on bright, they'll turn it on, bro. By as soon as that bell rings, whatever they have going on in their life, you know that they're finna put on a show.
And that's why I like when everyone always says about Shawn, bro. Taker said it multiple times that Shawn can have a match with a broomstick and still have a 5-star match.
So, yes, I will go with Shawn Michaels based off who's a bigger star, who would win in a match in their primes, who's had the better career, Shawn Michaels. But Seth Rollins, I will give him his credit. He is the closest thing to Shawn Michaels that we've seen since Shawn Michaels left.
Well, we've already seen this.
Yeah.
Stone Cold versus Kevin
This one
Owens,
I felt
which is so crazy.
This
to
one I
say.
felt like was, I just think it's because they both do the stunner.
Yeah, but like it's so crazy. But you're right. So the matchup is funny, but it's like me just saying that we've already seen this match.
Yes, you're right. That is crazy to see. And we saw it live.
We were there.
Yeah,
we
didn't even
about
see it on TV. We saw it live.
Bro, I just remember.
I was praying that they'd come up to where we were at.
Oh yeah, when they went into
to the crowd. Yeah,
let them know. Yo, me stunner. Bro, I got. But Stone Cold versus Kevin Owens, bro.
I mean, it's not even close.
As far so I was just saying star power, bro. Don't even.
Yeah,
it's like
you
Stone
can't even
Cold
really
Steve
compare.
Austin is there.
They should have done John Cena versus Stone Cold Steve Austin on that one.
Oh, bro.
That's what they should have done. That would have been the more difficult decision.
Yeah.
So I mean, we can play it right now. I mean, well, obviously. Between the two,
okay, so Stone Cold is the answer for that.
Yes, it's sorry, Kevin Owens. So Kevin Owens is solidified Hall of Famer.
Before we do the John Cena versus Stone Cold, though, you want to finish that last one?
Oh, sure, yeah. Kevin, let me just give Kevin his flowers.
Yeah.
He's not no scrub,
Oh hell no!
but he's not fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No.
Like Stone Cold Steve Austin, dude.
Where did he learn the stunner from?
Yeah, like Stone Cold Steve Austin in all categories is over Kevin Owens.
Last but not least, bro, gosh, well, we are praying to the gods, bro. Whoever you fucking pray to, I pray this is on your prayer nightly. The Rock versus Roman Reigns, bro.
We need it at WrestleMania 41.
Gosh, bro. But this is the matchup they have, and this is
Prime Rock.
Prime Rock.
So Attitude Era Rock.
Attitude
where he's
Era.
fighting all the time. Like he's...
Yeah. This is The Rock with hair. That's
Yes.
always the best way. This is The Rock with hair. This is The Rock with hair. How we have the final boss, the way he was dressing?
Yes.
He was dressing like that because of this Rock.
Yeah.
Like, that's the way he was.
Yes, The Rock.
And this is both belts, Roman. This is Tribal Chief.
Yeah.
This is when the bloodline was on top.
Yeah. For me, as hard as it is to say, it's an easy answer as well.
Yeah, same.
Hey,
wait. 3, 2, 1. Roman Reigns.
Yeah. Bro, The Rock is solidified. I'm giving him his flowers as well. He's Attitude Era. It was Stone Cold and it was The Rock. This Roman Reigns, though, that Roman Reigns, bloodline, double champ Roman Reigns, not fucking touching him, dude. You're just not fucking touching him. The only one that I could see possibly getting close to beating him, and you could argue maybe beat him, was Super Cena.
Yeah.
That's the only one.
That's the only one. Bro.
Bloodline Roman Reigns is over everyone on that list, and he's just Bloodline Roman Reigns all day on that one. Whether it's a match, whether it's career, even career. Like, Roman Reigns has done more than The Rock has done in career. Star power, now The Rock outside of WWE, star power's
Oh, yeah.
no one beats him.
But now everyone's starting to know the name Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
though.
that's
like
true.
Right now, he really
Roman
is
Reigns.
popping up like that.
He's just that guy, bro. I see people on TikTok, and they'll be at random ass events, and they'll be like, I hope Roman Reigns comes back today.
Oh, yes, bro.
Like the Taylor Swift concert.
And they're like, we're at a Taylor Swift concert.
They'll be like, I hope Roman Reigns comes out. So Roman Reigns, bro. Roman Reigns all day on that one.
100%.
So let's do last one to wrap it up here. Attitude Era, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Super Cena. So that's what is that? 2007 to 2000.
Hell, I'd even say 2006.
Okay, 2006
to 2008.
Or yeah, let's do
9?
2000. Okay,
Yeah, 2009 was WrestleMania 25. Yeah, he was still fucking big in that
yeah.
one too.
Okay, so Stone Cold Steve Austin, Attitude Era versus that John Cena. Who are you taking?
John Cena.
Me too.
John Cena.
Yeah.
Bro. I mean, yes. I mean, what
Stone
else
Cold
can we say
in his
about
prime
Stone?
though was that dude, bro.
He was, but at the same time, bro, it's like nothing was beating Cena.
And we gotta preface this. We're talking about Super Cena. So John Cena had a lot of losses in his career,
Yeah.
but Super Cena was going through everybody. Super Cena was not losing.
No.
So, bro, motherfucker, you could argue took down ECW like by himself. So, like,
Yeah, you really
dude, like they beat him up and made him cost his title. He beat them up and then went back and got his title.
Yeah.
So, like, Super Cena, it's hard. Like, if you're talking about, you can make multiple cases for Stone Cold beating other versions of John Cena, but Super Cena, I just don't see him losing. I see WWE putting him over Stone Cold.
So, so like I always say, bro, I always gotta bring him up every WWE episode. Those who know, bro, big Undertaker fan. When Undertaker won the Royal Rumble and had to choose between Bobby Lashley, John Cena, and Batista. I was like, don't choose Cena, bro, because truly that was to the point where I was thinking Cena doesn't lose.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, Undertaker's fighting for WrestleMania. Undertaker doesn't
Yeah,
lose at WrestleMania. So Batista was the
I knew he was picking Batista.
He's the perfect champion to pick.
because he was a SmackDown champion and Undertaker was on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I knew he was.
Hey, Bobby should have never been in that ring.
Yeah.
He ain't winning no
They had
damn
these
ECW.
like he was gonna. Yeah.
Yes, bro. But
Nah,
yes,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah, I'm picking John Cena. Like I said, John Cena's had the better career than Stone Cold. He's been a bigger carrier of WWE. They both were the main guys in their eras, but John Cena carried it longer. I gotta go John Cena.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Anything else?
I think that's it, bro.
No. Next week we'll have to find some other game because I don't think there's anything else going on up
We'll come up
until
with something.
Bad Blood. So we'll figure out something to talk about next week. But we'll catch you guys later.
All right, later.